while that was happening, they went to the U.S. bankruptcy court. It was in Atlanta, Georgia. We had to go there. We were a creditor, the biggest creditor. At the end of the day, the trustee of that case will try to sell any asset that they can sell to get any value whatsoever for the creditors. They have no skin in that game other than they're being paid. So if they don't sell something, they don't get any money. So they're going to sell no matter what the price is. So the assets of that business, who was our biggest customer, were the trademarks or intellectual property, the control over the retail locations. And essentially they went into that court and they bid pennies on the dollar. We said that this is going to be one of those classic examples that, again, that you've heard about, and they're just going to retain the name, discharge their creditors, us being the biggest one, and go on their merry way. So we went to some people that we knew, some investors that we knew, and decided we're going to go outbid them and buy that. So I had to make a decision with my partners at the time. If we took control of that retail entity, then we wanted to keep it running because they were producing the orders that were the lifeblood to our manufacturing facility. Who's going to run that business? So that's when I transitioned from wholesale manufacturing over to, so I jumped into essentially Window Depot at the time. It was a different brand, but that's a nuance of the story. But I've been in retail since 2011. Unfortunately, when I left Vista, there was an investment by private equity into that business. And instead of being a perfectly symbiotic relationship with me running retail, feeding the manufacturing plant, it became more of a fight between me out here, entrepreneurs that were left at the startup, and private equity over here, and how they felt things should be run. That $30 million enterprise continued to escalate down to the point where today it doesn't exist anymore. That's how I got into the retail space, specifically, again, vinyl replacement windows. We took over that brand, which was the Bankrupt brand was another name. We decided to go out and buy the Window Depot brand because they had a good name, no bankruptcies attached, still had a little brand presence out there. When we did that, these franchise-like companies, they were all built on just low price, high volume, which is what got the other company in trouble in the first place and couldn't pay us, and ultimately led to the demise of the manufacturing plant that we started. So we said, and I said, if we're going to do this and be in the retail game, we can't do it on low prices and high volume. It's got to be a value-driven system. Now we've been working for 14 years to rebuild that business in the image of service and value and integrity, and grow the number of franchises that are out there. Here we are today. That's the origin story of how I got here.